Hey everyone, this is Sean. You're watching Minutia Minute, and I wanted to share something kind of fun with you guys today. It's been a little while since I've done a video, and I've just been kind of looking for a good video to do. I recently got back from the Grand Canyon, which was a trip that ran from basically Wednesday to Wednesday, and so I missed 2 weeks of books in the course of basically 1 week, which was kind of odd, so I'm still kind of catching up on that. So I can't really talk about this week's books or last week's books, but I do, before I sort of share the main thing I wanted to share with you guys, I will kind of share what I've been reading, because I actually have done a ton of comic book reading. We road trip to the Grand Canyon, so it was, it's about 23 hours from where I live. We managed to do it in under 21, which was awesome, by the way. But it left a lot of time to read some comic books, so I did do a ton of reading over the last couple weeks. I just really quick want to share. I picked up Star Trek Doctor Who Assimilation Squared in hardback. This is a book that came out a while ago in singles, like probably a year, maybe even 2 years ago. Was it 2012? I'm not sure. But got a pretty big kick out of this. I'm more of a Star Trek fan than a Doctor Who fan. Mostly because I just haven't had the exposure to Doctor Who. I didn't really get that exposure back in the day, and so now I'm just kind of catching up. I will say that from a Star Trek perspective, this kind of feels like Star Trek Greatest Hits, because they sort of touch on all the kind of classic Star Wars or Star Trek-y stuff that that everybody kind of remembers, and you know, it doesn't really go too deep beyond obviously the Borg, but also like Best of Both Worlds and Locutus and all that kind of fun stuff. So anyway, but it was a fun read. I really enjoyed this. If you didn't check it out, I recommend it. I also picked up for the trip the first two of the Darwin Cook, Richard Stark's Parker books. I remember loving Parker when I was a kid. I read not all of the books, but I read quite a few of them, and I gotta say, this is some of the best comic book anything out there right now. Not to mention, like, in terms of like adapting a written, a written work into a graphic work. Especially The Hunter is really something special. He conveys every last word of that book through his panels and the way they're laid out and the way they kind of sequence. There's just so much subtlety. If you've read the novels, I think you'll see more in these books than you will if you haven't, because there's just so much detail in there but in a completely visual way. It was really mind-blowing to read these. So I enjoyed them so much that at one of our pit stops, I happened to find a comic book shop, had to stop, and I bought the other two books, but I haven't read these ones yet. I've also been reading Elephant Men, which I'm not quite finished with. This is kind of where my trip ended. I got quite a bit of the way through it, like 2/3 of the way, I'd say, which I've been kind of enjoying, just kind of some light. It's not really a light book, but it's serious material done in a light way, I guess, just because of the bizarreness of Elephant Men. But pretty fun. I had never read this before. And then the other book I started but haven't finished, and it'll be a while before I finish this one, was I did pick up the Spider-Man Volume 1 Omnibus that Marvel put out, I want to say last year or early this year. This is every Stan Lee, Steve Ditko Spider-Man book, which is the area that right now, at least, I have the most interest in, and I'm curious. I've always kind of wanted to get into Spider-Man, but I've just never it's just a character I seem to never get around to. And the one time I did start picking up the title kind of ongoing wasn't necessarily the best time to pick it up, as you probably know, because it's well documented on my channel over the few months that I was buying it, and I'm hoping this kind of can re-spark my excitement. And I did also pick up Amazing Spider-Man #1 when I picked this up. So anyway, just getting going on this one, but enjoying it thoroughly. But anyway, so that's what I'm reading, guys. All kinds of random stuff. If you have read any of these, you want to talk about them with me down below in the comments. On to the main event of the video. I'm going to do my first ever unboxing. And the reason I'm doing it is because I got this package in the mail, and I just had to share it with you guys. because it is the most unique package I've ever gotten from anyone. I'm going to be really careful not to show their address or mine, so I'll just show the back of it, but I can guarantee you both sides of the box are the same, and it's this. It's funny just to look at it, isn't it? This is a package that is pretty much it's the size of a record, and it's made up of 2 sheets of this wooden sort of like fake paneling. It feels like it's like a I don't know if linoleum is the right word. It's like that sort of sheet linoleum. It's just 2 squares of that. Is that not the most interesting package? And it's wrapped, of course, in duct tape. I'm really scared of what's inside this box here. So I'm going to open this up for you guys. We're going to see how damaged these books are. But to be honest, I'm guessing it's going to be okay. Actually, since this is plastic, you can't even really open it very well. Bear with me here. This is the danger of unboxing videos, isn't it? Like, this is why I've never done one before, because it eats your time while you watch me try and get into it. Hopefully it's at least entertaining, because this package is so unique. Oof. Get the corner of it. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, so like it actually, this literally has like that adhesive, like when you wet it or whatever, and you can stick it to the floor. This is one of the most, this has got to be the most unique package I've ever seen someone send, both to myself or anyone else I've watched on the channel. But I don't want to call out that it is, because there may be a video out there I haven't seen. Okay, and then inside we've got a manila envelope. This is boding much better. Comic book seems quite well intact, and nice. All right, so without further ado, what was in the box was Atomic Robo Volume 2. This is issues 1 through 5, I would assume. Yep, all 5. I've just recently started picking up Atomic Robo books. Haven't read a whole lot, but I'm excited to get into it. The books I did read were a lot of fun. And it also came with this free comic book day, Atomic Robo. Not sure which year this is from, because I think Atomic Robo does something every year. So anyway, that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this random video. I just kind of wanted to get on and talk, because it's been a while and kind of a crappy day at work. So what better way to close it out by just hanging with you guys for a little bit. So anyway, you will see me soon with regular reviews. In the meantime, if you want to talk about what I picked up, please, again, comment below, subscribe, like, you know what to do. Talk to you later.